How's everyone doing? In today's video, I'd like to do another tabletop video review. And this time, as you can see, this is going to be Canik. So let's go ahead and open the box. So this is a Canik TP9 SF Elite. There you go. So first things first, let's go ahead and examine what comes inside the box when you first open it. So it does come with a cleaning brush, cleaning rod, a nice pad here, padding with some instructions manual, as well as some other paperwork. Nicely colored owner's manual with some pictures and whatnot. Basically usual stuff. So we're just gonna put that back in there. And on this side, you will have a lock for your trigger mechanism. Also, it does come with one additional magazine. This is the extended version one. This is a 15 round magazine, and then the gun itself actually comes with pinky extended magazine, which is a 12 round. So, but before we get there, let's go ahead and check the other things first. And so it does come with one optic mount, and this is plastic actually. I was kind of expecting it to be a metal, just like it came with the TP9 SFX that I have. But this one is actually plastic, and I'm not quite sure for what red dot actually this one is. I'm assuming it's probably for RMR or some Vortex red dot. And it does come with one additional back strap in case if you want to change it. It's got a nice checker in the back, and additional base plate for your magazine in case if you want to change it. This is your quality control tags, and here's a empty chamber flag indicator that also came with the gun. And you also do get this nice little case with additional hardware in case if you want to swap, change, and whatnot. So you do get some extra screws, some Allen keys, and some locking washers and whatnot in case if you want to swap some of the things or change, add, or whatnot. And let's put these back in here so we can go ahead and pull out the gun. So as you can see, gun actually does also come with this holster. This is polymer holster that can be used, from what I've been told, it can be used inside as well as outside the waistband. So all you gotta do is just gotta loosen these screws and flip these clips actually to the other side, and then you can convert it to outside the waistband as well as inside the waistband, depending on your preference and whatnot. And it retains it pretty well actually. It's not that loose, or it's not too stiff. So, and you can adjust it depending on your needs. So let's put that aside. Here's a magazine, by the way. So this is the 12 round one. This is a smaller version. It doesn't have that extension in the bottom. It does have this pinky extension, I guess, if you will, and it does have some checkering here. So, and there you have it. And make sure also, we already checked the magazine's empty. And let's check the gun. And gun is actually empty as well. There's no round in the chamber. Now let's remove the case to keep this magazine. That way we can examine it. And remove the case, put this aside, and discuss the gun. I gotta confess, I'm borrowing this gun actually from my brother. This is his everyday carry, so he let me actually borrow it. And by the way, my brother, he chose this holster for his everyday carry. This is a polymer. I honestly don't know the brand or manufacturer of this holster, but he told me he got it off of Amazon. And let me show you guys how it works. So gun, let's put the magazine, let's say we put the 12 round. So this is how it looks. This is inside the waistband holster, obviously. with his everyday concealed carry. And this is how it looks. And holster holds it quite well actually, and it's not too thick or has any sharp edges. It's relatively slim and quite comfortable for like everyday carry. And you can actually adjust it, you can make it a little loose or more, I guess, like a stiffer if you want, depending on your needs and wants. But otherwise, he says he's quite happy with this holster. So yeah, just to kind of give you guys an idea, I guess, if you wanna, if you are considering getting one of these guns and looking for holsters as well, this could be one of your options. And also, like I said, the gun also already comes with a holster, which I personally don't really think is ideal for everyday carry. But then again, I mean, some people may find it comfortable. So, Canik TP9 Elite SC. SC stands for Subcompact, and it's distributed by Century Arms. Here's the gun itself. This is a tungsten Cerakote finish on top on a slide, and the bottom portion is polymer. It does have this red lever in it, on the trigger. I mean, there's nothing special about this. I've seen it with regular black color as well, but this definitely gives some accent, I guess, if you will. So let's remove this magazine. And if you guys want to see how it looks actually when you put the extended magazine, this is how it looks. It does have this like a little open here area, and also this actually looks much better with the shorter version, with the shorter base plate magazine. But of course with this one, like my pinky actually already sticks out a little bit. So and I do have medium-sized hands. I don't really consider myself having a large hands. However, even with medium-sized hands, my pinky is still sticking out a little bit. So some people with larger hands probably going to prefer to run this with the extended magazine. That way they have more real estate to actually purchase here. So anyway, so let's remove that. And then, so without a magazine, this is definitely top heavy. You definitely feel this weight on from the slide when you remove the magazine, or if your magazine is empty. This is definitely top heavy, and even I would even say it's actually front heavy too a little bit, because this portion is so small and it's all polymer. You definitely feel that weight of the slide. Overall weight isn't too bad. It is still kind of a little on a heavier side, but then again, it's not too bad, and it's completely doable. And here's from the top. As you can see, it's not that slim. I mean, it does, you know, have a decent width, but the overall length is actually not too bad for concealed carry, especially. It does have these serrations of in the back and in the front, so, and they do function quite well. They are not so aggressive, but they definitely stick out, so it definitely gives you enough grip to actually hold on to your slide, and they're wide enough to actually use your entire finger, you know, the overall size of your fingers basically. So pulling isn't too bad, and the same thing with front for press check. The sights, let's see. So the sights are, you do have a one dot up front. I don't know if you guys can see, there you go. So you do have dot up front, and it's all blacked out in the back, but you do have these cuts, so, you know, to mitigate the glare. And you do also have chamber indicator, in case, you know, if you have a round in there, this will stick out a little bit, this line, telling you that there's a round in the chamber. Here's the cutout for your RMR, or for any kind of red dot optic that you're willing to run. And what's good about this particular Canik compared to its other relatives, basically other TP9 series, is that you can actually retain your rear sights while installing an optic actually. So you can actually co-witness your sights with your red dot or green dot, whichever you prefer to run. And you do have this striker indicator. So whenever you see this red dot here, it means it's being actually cocked. So it's in cocked position right now. And if you pull the trigger, just to make sure that the gun is clear once again, and if you pull the trigger, it'll disappear. There you go. So that's just how it works. And since we added, let's go ahead and discuss this famous trigger. Canics are well known with their almost close to almost perfect stock triggers. So this is by far one of the best triggers that you can get from a stock handgun. And this is definitely true because let me show you. So let's charge it again. So here's the trigger. So you're gonna press on this red line here and slowly pull it. So there's a little bit of tick up, and here's the wall. Touching the wall. Nice and crisp break. And the real cool part about this trigger is a reset. Look at this. Very short and tactile and crisp reset. So I recently got this Lyman's trigger pull measure tool, so gauge, if you will. So we're going to be using this to test the trigger pull on this gun. So let's see. So 4.43. So let's try it again. One more. So it's 4.13. So 4 pounds, give or take. And this is, I'm not a trigger expert, so I don't really know a whole lot about these trigger measurements and whatnot, but all I can say is that it's definitely a pleasant trigger actually. It has a pleasant feeling whenever you pull it. So, and that reset is phenomenal without a doubt. And so further inspecting the gun, we do see there's a Picatinny rail here. Well, actually two rails. Since gun is already small enough, you only get two here, and you can probably put something like a mini Olight or TLR type of flashlights on this whatnot, but keep in mind you only have a little bit of room here, so you're gonna have to go with something smaller than your usual size flashlights. What else? The slide stop release button here is actually quite large, so it's enlarged here on both sides. It's ambidextrous. So this is definitely plus, definitely a big plus, because it gives you enough room to grab, to actually release the slide, because it's extended. And your takedown levers are actually on both sides, so that's also a good thing. And the takedown is just like with Glocks. You just basically just pull them down and press on the trigger, and it will just slide off. When it comes to magazine release, it's not ambidextrous. However, it is swappable. So by default, since majority shooters are actually right-handed, Canik actually place it on its left side. However, you can actually swap them by just removing this plate from the right side, and then just swap the button, and then there we go. You're gonna have a left-handed handgun. Grip is quite good. Not so aggressive, but at the same time not too flush. So you do get some grip here. However, I personally would probably prefer to put something a little more aggressive, just because, like I said, the gun is so top and front heavy, and if you're not actually holding it pretty, tight enough, it may accidentally come off from your hand, just because you only have so much room to hold on to, and when you don't have your magazine, obviously, and at the same time, it is actually front heavy, so it naturally it's gonna kind of try to pull itself down by from the front. So that's that. Otherwise, it's not too bad. It's completely doable. We did actually, I did have a chance to actually shoot from this at the range, and I gotta say, I'm quite impressed with this gun. Actually, I've been already thinking about getting one for myself as well for my everyday carry. However, I haven't had a chance yet. Still kind of looking for a better price, I guess, because Canik handguns actually start going up in prices, and they used to be much more, I guess, affordable, if you will. Now these days they start gaining in price as well, just because they're becoming so popular and everyone actually wants one. So obviously demand is going up, so everyone wants to get one of these. So price kind of going up. So, and I haven't really had a chance or feel like paying their current asking prices. So we'll see. When it comes to malfunctions and its accuracy, I can say it's quite accurate. I noticed it does tend to pull to the right, if I'm not mistaken, a little bit. Um, so that was kind of like my little take on that one. Just a little bit, but not too bad. I mean, it just probably takes a little time to get used to. If you constantly train and if you constantly put through a lot of rounds through it, I'm pretty sure you're gonna figure out how to aim with this better. Otherwise, I had no any malfunctions whatsoever, and my brother, and he told me he didn't have any malfunctions either. I mean, he's quite happy with this and quite satisfied. And he's previous EDC. He still has the gun, but he's prior actually everyday carry before this, because now this is his primary everyday carry. Prior to this, he had a Jericho, IWI Jericho 941 mid-size Baby Eagle. But that was that was a little larger than this, and at the same time, the issue with Jericho is that it's CZ75 clone, and its slide is so tiny. It's like it's really hard to actually get a good grip to rack the slide. So that's why he prefers this, and on top of that, this is actually smaller. It's even more compact. So now he opted to this, but he still has his Jericho as well. His Jericho is a polymer frame, so slightly bigger and slightly heavier. However, otherwise it's also a good gun. But since he didn't have any issues, any malfunctions, or any difficulties with this particular Canik, he prefers this now for his everyday carry. But anyway, for now, this is it. And just to give you guys, just to put in a perspective, how it would look to other more common or popular handguns. I have my M&P Shield. This is made by Smith & Wesson, M&P Shield, and this is in 45. So this is my very first handgun that I purchased several years ago. And this is my actually everyday carry. Well, one of the everyday carry guns that I use, and this is just being perfect. I mean, this overall size, the way it shoots and all that. So that being said, this is also one of the most common popular handguns. So just to give you guys in perspective, in the size, like how it would look next to another popular handgun. This is it. And granted, this my M&P Shield is 45. It's chambered at 45 ACP. But overall size is about the same. But keep in mind, with this, with M&P, I only get single stack magazines. So it also did come with 2 magazines. The extended one had +1. And then the other one is only 6 rounds. So 6 rounds of ACP versus 12 or 15 rounds of 9mm. So you just do the math yourself. So you have a lot more rounds with Canik with 9mm than a 45. But it's not about comparing the ammunitions or like the calibers per se. I'm just showing you guys how does it look compared to other possible everyday carry gun, which is an M&P Shield in my case. But otherwise, this is what I got with this gun. If you guys have any questions or comments or anything, or if I missed anything, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. This is just my overview and basically just kind of my input, what I think about this gun and what I know, how I feel about this. Although, like I said, I'm borrowing this actually from my brother, but we do go to shooting range most of the time together, and we shoot, share our guns when we shoot at targets. And I have I already had a couple of experiences with this gun, so I kind of felt like it might be a good time to kind of give my input and opinion about this gun. And so far it's been quite positive. Like I said, I mean, there's nothing whole lot wrong about this gun, except the fact that, like I said, it's a little bit on a smaller side when it comes to grip, and it's a little front and top heavy for my personal liking. But then again, like I said, for everyday carry, it's really hard to beat this, especially at its price point and what it offers, all the features and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, if you guys are planning or being actually looking at these guns and considering getting one of these, I can't really say anything bad about this gun. I mean, it's definitely a great gun for its intended purposes, and at this price point, for whatever they're selling, for whatever they're selling right now, they're still pretty good, actually, bargain compared to some other handguns from much more, from more actually popular manufacturers, for instance, like Glocks or SIGs and whatnot. And for the price, it's really hard to beat this. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Once again, if you have any questions, comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And thanks for watching. I will definitely try to do a lot more videos like this, unboxing videos in the future. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. And or if you want me to review any other similar type, or like any other kind of guns, long guns or handguns and whatnot, feel free to leave them in the comment section below as well, and I'll do my best to get my hands on one of those and review them for you. Thanks for watching, and you guys have a wonderful day.